Welcome back to another episode of Ultras 11. I'm Jose.
And I'm Alex.
Just want to start off with thank you guys for your support. Me and Al did our little Spotify Wrapped and all that stuff that you guys decide that you have to post on your Instagram story and show the world that you listen to a lot of Drake or Travis Scott. Fantastic. Love that for you. But we have seen numbers go up, which is a great thing. So thank you guys for your continued support.
Hopefully next year we can be in a couple people when they post their podcast.
Yeah,
podcast Wrapped.
It was pretty nice, actually.
Somebody in a couple more.
Somebody did send me like a picture that like they listened to, like they're in like the 0.5%. I'm like, oh, thanks, dude. But on that note, I'd like to start off as we have been starting off the last little bit for the lack of content or activity on our Instagram, on our TikTok, and stuff like that. This is that weird season where Christmas is coming up, work is heating up. Everything like that, relationships. I don't have a girlfriend. I'm married to Roma, unfortunately, which
I'm getting married. So
she doesn't give it back. I'll tell you that. But we do have a lot of stuff in the work. We got timelines. We have a couple episodes just in the editing phase. We have a top 10 list of our generation for certain things. We won't tell you that, but definitely people will disagree. We have a new segment called This or That. Just again, that weird in between moment. We have a lot of content just between me, Al, Nick. Like it's tough. Yeah. A lot of editing, a lot of stuff, and we don't want to give you any half-ass shit.
2024 is our year.
Yeah. That's I've been saying that for the last like 8 years, but yeah.
Hey, Joe, you look forward. You never look back.
I look back a lot, especially
can't look back anymore
on my decision of the teams I supported.
Yeah, but hey, you know what? One day you're gonna be like, this is all worth it.
Probably,
we don't know when that day's going to be.
Probably not for Roma. But regardless of that, let's get into things here. Don't want to waste any time because time is of the essence, as they say in Germany, I think. So last week, me and Al, we talked about different rules that we would change, stuff that would make the game better, more fluent, or whatever the case was. Maybe the guys at IFAB were actually listening to our podcast. Maybe they were part of that Spotify Wrapped. I don't know. And they want to actually try something out.
Dude, I feel like it happened the next day.
Yeah, literally. Like it wasn't even like a matter of like,
oh man, they listened.
Didn't wait a week. It was like
they listened
right
to the
away.
Ultras the moment that episode dropped.
Yeah,
they heard us.
It's actually kind of crazy,
loud and clear.
It's funny because like in our group chat with like all the guys, I think it was already a day or two after we recorded and we talked about rules you would change. We get this new rule that they may want to introduce, which apparently is heating up and may become a
fucking thing in the game, which is absolutely insane. But Joe, explain a little bit what this rule is.
So this rule is called the sin bin, sort of like
hockey players,
a penalty box for hockey players, or I guess a penalty for football, minus the suspension part. But regardless. So this is for players that essentially are rewarded a yellow card rather than giving them a second yellow, which leads to suspension or like, being down a man. It is now an orange card, that perfect in between of a yellow and red. It's kind of like the player would sit out for 10 minutes and it would like they'd stay in the technical area or whatever, watch from the touchline before the referee allows them to come back in. If the player is sent to the sin bin for a second time during the same game, they will not be allowed in, but they could be substituted out for another player. Apparently this was trialed at the grassroots level. People like it. The FA likes it.
But I have a question about the second time thing. So when they go in, if they go in the second time, they said they can't return to the match. But now the player that gets subbed on, they have to wait to 10 minutes and then come on. So like they'll still be down, or the guy can come on right away.
Well, see, that's the thing. Like, there's not a lot of information released yet. We have bare minimum. Yeah, like it was just brought up like literally a week ago, and there hasn't been anything crazy. Like one of the fouls they reference is Chiellini's foul on Saka during the Euro. They're saying like something like that would have been a second thing. Like I don't even know.
Would be considered like that, like an orange card?
Yeah, like he would have to be subbed out then at that point because like it was a little bit more than a yellow, but it wasn't a red card offense. So he would have gotten an orange card and it would have been like, see, it's to me is That's stupid.
That's so stupid.
Like I don't know. Like
they're trying to change like the sport and just like everything about it. Like already like the VAR and stuff, you see it's not working.
Yeah.
Maybe try adjusting those things instead of bringing in rules from other sports that literally make no sense.
Yeah.
Like the flag rule that we were talking about last week.
Yeah. See, that makes more sense to me than a penalty box
lot more
rule.
sense. Okay, it doesn't have to be a literal flag like in football, but make it something, whatever. Whether it's they press a button or they they call the thing they call the official on the side there, the fourth official to tell them, hey, okay, we want to challenge this or whatever. Do something, but no, let's add in a penalty box for a player that if it's something a little bit more than a yellow and we think it's not a red, we'll put them in here. They have to go sit there for 10 minutes. The team's going to be down for 10 minutes, so they're going to be like trying to probably defending the whole time. And then this player comes back on, and just like the momentum of the game and everything.
What if that guy's just a real prick? And let's say like this is the thing. Again, they haven't released a lot of information, so it's all just speculation.
Yeah, but
from
still,
our end here. But my thing is, okay, let's say he does get that second. Oh no, he'd be subbed out. So I was gonna say, what if he's just a real prick and he keeps on doing the same thing?
Then he's gonna be subbed out.
I don't know. For me, the only reason why I think it's so stupid is because I think the idea of suspending a player, giving him a red card for something malicious or a second yellow, it's like learn your lesson. Like your yellow is literally a warning to smarten up. It's not like a warning to hey, keep doing what you're doing. No, it's a warning. Smarten up. Don't be that like risky or whatever. I get there's maybe sometimes where a red card is a little bit like they're easy to give it, but isn't that the point of VAR as well to like step in and say no, that was too easy?
And then I feel like a lot of these calls that like okay, they are they're not red cards, they're yellow cards, but they're a little bit more like malicious or like a little bit more that you're like I don't really know what to kind of call this right now. They're just gonna throw them in the bin, even though
like the last man back rule.
Yeah,
like so you're telling me now if I'm the last man back and I take a guy out, which was before an automatic red.
Yeah.
Even though I just pulled his jersey or whatever it was, now instead you're going to give me an orange card.
Or are they still going to give a red?
That's what I mean. Like, there's so many things with this that are just like...
Especially with the refs and just how stupid they are, and they don't know how to call a game. And now they just all rely on VAR because that's their saving grace. They don't want to make a bad call and be the bad guy.
Yeah.
They already ruin games now. They're gonna ruin games
like,
if this thing actually becomes a thing.
I'm trying to find a positive in it because I want to like maintain like, oh yeah, it's a beautiful game, it's the beautiful sport, whatever. But shit like this, it's like there's so much other things you have to correct in the game. This isn't one of them. This is actually
this wasn't a big concern that you're like, hey, we need to deal with this. Dude,
you're giving shit disturbers like Mancini on Roma more of an excuse to be a shit disturber.
Literally,
it's just.
But you look back at the rules that they added or things that they added to the game or they changed and like okay, you start with like the before it was the referee on the goal line.
Yeah,
they added that in because there was too many things that the ball did cross the line, but obviously the ref can't really see it, so he just has to make that call, and whether he's right or wrong, you're gonna find out after because with all the replays.
Yeah, and see on that that guy's useless now again.
But no, then they got rid of him because they put in goal line technology, which that was a big step up. And hey, now we don't need an official there. We have this technology that as soon as the ball crossed the line, the referee will get a notification on his watch, and he'll know if it's a goal or no goal right in that, like within seconds.
Yeah,
that was amazing. That was a rule that was something that was a problem in the game. Teams, England, that time when I think it was Lampard. Remember when he scored? It went bar down. It went in. They didn't count it, and then England got kicked out.
Yeah, against Germany.
Right there. That's a game. They got screwed over bad.
Yeah.
So that's just an example right there that just goes to show you that a team that got screwed over because of that got fixed. Good. Perfect. VAR. Great idea. Executed. Not the greatest. And the way they're continuing to do it, just they're not learning from their mistakes, and it's just getting worse and worse. And there's too many mistakes for what VAR should be. That's the problem.
Yes, I agree.
You have all these cameras, you have all these things. How are you still making mistakes? How are you still making these bad calls? Yeah, that's what I don't get, and that's what needs to change. But VAR in a whole is a good idea.
The premise of
this is not a good idea. Yeah. This doesn't help anything. This is going to make the referees' lives harder and make them more hated because they're going to be forced to be using this thing. And especially at the beginning, I guarantee FIFA and UEFA are like, hey, we need to really make this thing start popular.
Yeah, so start
putting
pushing
people
it.
Start pushing it. Start putting people in there. No, that's actually the dumbest thing, man. But it's typical, just typical FIFA.
Yeah,
That
dude,
they just okay, we're getting all these complaints. Okay, let's listen to them. Let's see. Okay, you know what? We're not going to fix any of that. What about this? What about let's look at hockey and one of their
hear what
rules.
you're saying, but how about this now? An orange card. Come on, everyone.
Let's look
likes
at other
orange.
sports and try to take the worst ideas from them and bring it to soccer. Not a challenge. Every sport's slowly adding challenges in because it makes sense.
Every sport has it.
Not up before. NBA, you never had that. NBA was only introduced a couple years ago.
Oh, I only actually started watching NBA recently. Once the Raptors won.
But that's what I mean. Like, hey, the majority of the sports they had it. They didn't always have them, but they had them for a while. NBA was one of the latest ones. But it's a thing that you look at and you're like, it makes sense.
Yeah.
You should be able, a coach should be able to challenge something because sometimes the ref makes a bad call. He should be able to challenge it, have it further reviewed. If he's wrong, you lose a substitution. You lose something.
Yeah.
And if he's right, you keep substitution and you get the call.
Yeah.
How doesn't that make sense?
No, I agree.
And how is that not better than a sin bin?
I agree. No, I agree. For me, it's just one of those things where we I understand where you're coming from. Not like you, I'm saying where they're coming from.
Yeah.
Sorry. I understand where they're coming from because you when a team, especially let's say the fucking 4th minute of the game, you get a red card because it was a tactical foul you had to make.
Yeah.
Last man back type of thing. Sometimes it does happen. I do get it. And it's a quick, easy red. So I get why, and it changes the dynamic, the whole game plan of everything. I understand that. But in saying that is a player error.
Yeah.
Now what? You're giving excuses for players to make errors? You know what I mean? That's how I'm looking at it. And it's you're kind of giving them a chance to you made a bad mistake of doing something that is a red card worthy offense. Mm-hmm. No, here's an orange card. Sit down for 10 minutes and think about your actions. Yeah. No. So if I'm a dirty player, I'm going to do it again.
You're going to get 2 chances to be a dirty player.
Exactly.
The first one, you'll get a yellow. Second one, you're going to get an orange. Go in the sin bin for 10 minutes. Then you come back in the game.
I just hate the name of it too, man. This sin bin. Are you going to purgatory?
It's so stupid because if a player earns their second thing to go into the sin bin, but if they're going into their fucking twice, isn't that a red card?
Yeah,
that's what I mean. Card?
That's what I mean. And it's you're allowed to substitute a guy now. Red cards kill the game of being a man down. No. That's what actually makes the game, in my opinion, what it is, because you made a really bad mistake. You knew you were treading on thin water.
That's just what happens.
Yeah, you're done now. That's how it should be. And I get it. They want to maximize entertainment to make it watchable for everybody. But at the same time, anybody that watched the sport growing up or whatever will look and say, no, I want a red card still because I want them to play a man down.
They deserve. They were stupid. They fucked up. They deserve to be a man down right now.
Roma played thing this weekend. Sassuolo. They got a red card. Yeah. That changed the tide and made Roma press even more. Maybe they would have still pressed whatever if the red card wasn't given because Roma needed to win. Mm-hmm. But it's still the principle of it. This gave them that extra push. And to me, that's more entertaining. A team a man down. Could they put on this heroic defensive act of holding it down, stopping the play for another whatever remaining minutes they have? Yeah. That to me, that's more heroic. Not wait 10 minutes. Yeah. You can put somebody else out there and you'll be fine again.
Or you can come back as long as it's your first.
Yeah,
you can come back into the game.
To me, I think that's something stupid that they have to avoid. Sorry, I just have to see the timing. What'd you drop? Pervert. I'll just drop his vape. He vapes hard.
My mouse.
But on that note, don't want to harp on it too much because we don't have the full knowledge to give you. And it's stupid. Don't want to bother anyone with stupid stuff, which actually, fun fact, though, it might start in 2024 in the MLS. But regardless, that's all we have. That's all you need to know so far. Fast forward, present day, not in a fantasy world.
Imagine Messi getting an orange card going to the sin bin.
Give me the bobo. So
just staring at the ref and just waiting, just staring at it.
Sir, could you get him away from me, that little man baby? What's he doing?
Just stare.
So at the beginning of the year, we gave you a whole rundown of who we think will be our top 4 contenders, relegated, blah, 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 all that stuff. We kind of crammed it and we made it a whole episode, but this time we're not going to make it our whole episode. We're going to talk just about one league. And of course, we have the most knowledge on one league in particular.
If you're going to start things off with any league, Joe, you're going to go Serie A.
Yeah, we're going to start
the greatest
off
league out there right now. Some would say.
Cafu would say so too.
Me and you would say.
Yeah. And as long as Cafu agrees with me,
and Cafu,
my greatest right back of all time, probably. But who's keeping track? Not me.
We should make a show.
I wish Cafu was on.
Me, you, and Cafu.
Yeah, and then I'd have to probably argue with him. At one point. Knowing me, like I look at him like, get a load of this guy. What the hell is even that? So it's roughly the halfway mark in Serie A, in all the leagues actually. We get a better taste of, who's going to finish top 4 or who could, which teams are your powerhouses, which are your unique surprises. Like we saw fucking Lecce go undefeated, the first 5 games of the year.
Now you kind of, by this time you kind of see those kind of teams kind of settle down and see them start dropping and go where they should be. You saw it last year with Udinese. Everyone's like, oh shit, Udinese is first place. They're gonna be the best team this year. They're so crazy. And then they got real. Everyone forgot about them because they ended up mid-table.
They realized Di Natale retired. Poor thing.
It's those teams. There's always those teams every year.
Yeah. So this year we're starting to look at it. We start to see it taking shape. So Al, as we approach the halfway mark in Serie A, what teams do you think could finish top 4 or potentially even break into the top 4 that aren't there right now?
To be honest with you, I don't think my prediction changes much from the beginning of the season before it all started. But I still think it's going to be Inter first, Juve second. See, this is kind of where it gets tricky. I think
there's 4 teams that could finish in the last 2 Champions League spots in Italy, at least.
Yes, but my prediction, I'm gonna go and have to say Napoli in 3rd, and in 4th, it's between these 2 teams, and I really like. I'm gonna choose one, but it's between Fiorentina and Roma. I don't think Milan makes top 4. I think they just get out of it.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't expect that.
I think it's gonna be Fiorentina or Roma. Just because we're friends right now, I'm gonna say Roma. But it genuinely, I'm not saying okay, I think it's gonna be Fiorentina. I genuinely don't know which one, but I feel like it's gonna be one of those 2 in the 4th spot.
I was only saying that little Roma blurb that you just heard because earlier today I came at him because he said Roma's gonna lose to Fiorentina.
Tell me I'm
wrong. And I took it personally, and I know I'm wearing a Fiorentina jersey.
Yeah,
that'll be
weird time to wear a Fiorentina jersey.
No, because every jersey I wear, there's a curse on them.
Oh, okay.
I'm Eddie Mush. Everything turns to fucking shit with me. We're in Italy jersey one day, they lose the next
before Fiorentina win 4-0.
So it's a tactical play on my behalf.
Batistuta scores a brace.
Batiscuca. But yeah, no. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Is yours much different than mine?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to be honest with you. I still think Juve wins it. I said it at the beginning of the year. I'll keep saying I think it'll be a great race. And I'm not going to lie to you. I think Inter is actually okay. I knew Inter was good. I knew they were a powerhouse.
They are the superior team.
But I had a weird instinct that maybe last year with all the games they played and shit like that, they'd fall down the pecking order just that little bit. And they wouldn't have that push. You know what I mean? So I kind of thought they would peter out at some point. But they're gonna give Juve a run for their money, or vice versa. Juve will give Inter a run for their money.
Oh, but you said Juve first.
But I do think Juve wins it. I think Inter finishes in second. It'll be tight. It'll be fucking tight. I think what benefits Juve is the lack of games they'll play. Respectfully,
yeah.
Respectfully.
I mean, very obvious.
Not respectfully because Roma plays in Europe, but whatever.
But on Thursday, so it's basically practice.
Yeah. Okay. Lazio. Whatever. 3rd place, I do see Milan finishing in that spot.
Okay.
So I think the top 3, the only change from now, from this day,
Juve,
Wednesday,
Inter.
December, whatever. Is it December?
Yeah, it's December. Don't have the date on here. 6th.
December 6th. Okay, so Wednesday, December 6th. I think the top 3, the only change is Juve finishes above Inter.
So Juve, Inter, Milan.
That 4th spot, as much as I would love to look at you and say, Roma, I don't know, man. There's something about us when we need a win, we don't win. It's this ongoing trend that always happens. Like this week, Juve plays against Napoli. Juve, in a perfect world, would beat Napoli. Not in a perfect world. I think they are the favorites there. And then Roma, we play Fiorentina, who is a point below us, battling for that top 4 spot as well. That's a game we need to win, and we should be deemed the superior team.
But Joe, I wasn't saying it's a bad thing today. That's
He's
what I'm saying.
still defending
Juve is gonna beat Napoli, so we're gonna help you in that scenario. But then you guys are gonna lose to Fiorentina and then get jumped by them, and not take advantage of us beating Napoli.
But that's what I mean. Roma has this weird, like even this weekend that just passed against Sassuolo, I was shitting my pants because all I thought was, dude, everyone above us, Napoli dropped points this week. This is our chance. We could tie them up. We could be top 4. This is what dreams are made of. And then you fucking see Berardi put on a clinic, walk through our whole team and assist that little small Brazilian Spanish guy. And I'm like, of course. Now where this game's going to end 1-1, thankfully, last minute. I never thought it would come from that guy. I'm not going to say his name because I hope he leaves the team ASAP. Not Lukaku either, Christensen. But like it's shit like that. Like, and I just picture Roma chuffing it. So I don't see them finishing top 4. I see them finishing in 5th.
So who's your 4th?
My 4th spot, I will honestly give probably, I think Napoli. I think they have that resurgence. I think Mazzari coming there, it's like that nostalgic thing. It's like Ranieri returning back to his home, romance, love, desire. Next thing you know, Cavaradonna turns into Maradona. Osimhen decides, those posts weren't offensive to me. And he says, hold on. Like, rails everybody. Like, I think Napoli's going to catch fire. Okay. And then Roma finishes in 5th.
Okay, so I mean, kind of similar.
I just have Roma out of my top 4.
We both got Juve. We both got Juve, Inter, and Napoli in the top 4. Mm-hmm. Different orders, but we have them in the top 4.
Yeah, and you have Milan out of it.
You have Milan in, and I have
Roma.
I have Roma or Fiorentina.
Yeah, you said Roma. You said Roma.
Fiorentina.
Now you want to change it too, man. Whatever, dude. I can't hate Fiorentina. I actually respect Fiorentina because of their players. I'm wearing a Fiorentina jersey. We took one of their best players, in my opinion, Batistuta, that time. But regardless of that, if I have a question, what are the strengths and the weaknesses of these top 4 teams? Like right now, top 4 teams, though.
Okay, the current ones right now.
Yeah. I'll make it quick. Inter has nothing.
I was gonna. What do you mean?
They don't have a weakness.
Oh no! Oh, sorry.
Strength, everything.
I thought you were saying they have no strengths. I was like, wait, what? No. Okay, just kind of go through them quickly. Like, hey, Inter, their strength. I mean, the team's been together now. They know each other. They got good depth. People left. They replaced them very well this summer with like very affordable and cheap signings that just fit the team and are hit the ground running this season.
Literally magic, baby.
Yeah, man. Like, dude, he's been killing it with them, and like you see with this team, like they're built very good, very solid, and like I can't see, like, dude, when we played them, like I was young, like I was shocked that we actually, like, I know they both teams kind of settled for the tie and they sat back and were just defensive, but like, man, like that was a good thing to get a tie. Like you saw what they did against Milan, who's a top team. They absolutely devoured them this year. Yeah, dude, so like, you know what, with that, like that's a big positive on our end, I think. And with Inter, like they dominate fucking teams, man. Like they're just too strong. With Juve, biggest strength is, I think, the group that they have now. They have a good mix of like young and old, and a lot of people on the team. They have the people that they have on the team, I think, understand now what it means to play on Juve and like the importance and like how it's heavy to hold on your shoulder, and like not everyone can do it, but you have to grind, you have to put your head down and just work, and they have a lot of that now. Obviously, not being in any Europe, that's another strength for them because they're not playing 3 times a week. Yeah. Like it's literally they play on a weekend, they're playing the next week. Like that's it. Like they very, very simple. So that's good. The weakness, I think they're still, they still have to figure out I want to say formation, but more of their up top. We're not having a trouble scoring right now, but it's not just coming, like it's not coming from our strikers. Like our Gatti scoring goals for us, and like not just one, like players, like we had like I think in the last like whatever how many games, I forgot what the stat was, but we had like 11 different goals. Yeah,
scorers. you have 10
different
10
goals
different
scorers.
Roma has 11. That's all.
Like that's absolutely insane, and like that's why we're winning games, because if we were relying on our strikers, they're not consistent, they're not scoring, they're playing good. Like Keane, every game that he's played in or started in, he's been amazing and helping the team, and like just his ball movement, his hold up play, his creation, everything. But he can't score. Yeah. When he does score, it's offside or he fouls a guy. So it's just bad luck. And I feel like that will eventually kind of bite them in the ass when they need their strikers to be scoring the goals, because no one else really can, or like the team's kind of stopping everybody, and the strikers have to be the one to score. That's where it might be a weakness you're going to be able to see. And I'd probably say just like the depth, like we've been all right, knock on wood, with who we have and the injuries we've had. But like the youth coming up has been all right. But I mean, that can only go so far. Like you don't know how consistent they can stay, how consistent they can be. So like that's for me, that's a big weakness that hopefully they address it. Like in January, they can pick up a couple guys for depth. And in the summertime, we need to address those weak spots, because that's going to bite us in the ass in the end.
Yeah, I think for you guys, Inter, I'll do that
I wasn't
quick.
done yet.
Yeah, I know, but your voice is cutting out. So
no, I'm good. I'm just getting a little bit raspy right now.
Okay, go third place.
My sexy voice. Yeah. Third place, Milan. I mean, you see their weaknesses pretty much every week, dude. Every week, Serie A, they fucking suck.
Padre Pioli, baby.
Serie A, they fucking suck, man. When I watch them play, I'm like, dude, there's no way this is the same team from last year or the year before that. Like, they like the way they used to move the ball before compared to now. Like, they just look so lost. They look like a lot of them don't even care. I don't know. I called it from the beginning, but I didn't expect it to be this bad.
Yeah.
Positive. They've been doing, well in Champions League. I know they lost last time against Dortmund, but they're still in a spot where
they're in a spot where they can
still make it through. Like
I wouldn't say well.
No. But in that group, I thought they were going to it was going to be a lot worse. For them.
Yeah,
like no one expected Dortmund to be the team to beat them twice.
Yeah. That I agree with. Okay.
Like that was the crazy thing that no one really expected. So I said that one may be a strength, and like the strength is like they have fucking killers on their team, like fucking Leao and Theo.
They have Leao
and Theo,
strength,
and Theo
and Giroud.
No, but not all the time, man. I know, but dude, you see it. Like when he's playing every game, he can't do it every game, man.
They have Chukwueze, who scored in the Champions League. Who does
what, man?
He scored in the Champions League. Leona was very happy.
He's not a Milan player. I'm sorry. I said it from before.
You have zero.
I don't like him. I don't think he's good. There's a couple guys on Milan that proved me wrong, like Loftus-Cheek. He's been phenomenal for them.
But you knew he would be good. I told you he'd be good.
I didn't think he would be that consistent.
A Prem reject.
But I just not even consistent like that.
Yeah.
He's that in that sense, he proved me wrong. And then the last one right now in fourth is who? So their weakness is their whole team. Their strength is that they have a coach that won some stuff back in the day. That's about it.
Don't talk about our fucking coach, man, being our strength. Get out of here. Give me a break.
Their strength is having a player that only ended up there because of his injuries, or else he'd be on a top team right now. A striker that kind of dug his own grave, but is still a good striker. And nobody else wanted him, so he ended up going there. Paredes, who he won a World Cup with Messi. Renato Sanchez, who went to Bayern
He's actually getting sent back.
See?
We're terminating his loan because he can't play.
But he's strong, so he's a strength.
He can't play in certain
conditions. And Cristante still played every game of the season. So, I mean...
Most featured player, baby.
Those are some big strengths, in my opinion. Weaknesses?
Everything.
You guys look like you're losing every game. And either you come back and end up winning it, or you end up losing the game.
Roma should be in the Prem with their cinematic fucking history, dude. Every
now
game
that my voice
is
done, now you can get to your side.
Okay, so I'll be a lot quicker than this guy, but again, Inter zero problem.
A little bit more in depth.
Zero weakness, strengths. I mean everything. They have
the table.
Sorry, my bad. Strengths. They have Martinez and Thuram, which are. I'm sorry, you bashed Thuram, but I said it was a great deal. So let's just remember that moment.
I didn't like it at the beginning.
Let's just remember that moment, regardless. What else?
Put any striker with Martinez right now, and he'll do
No, I don't think so, dude. Yeah. There's a reason why Correa failed. There's a reason why Alexis Sanchez only could play with Renato.
Correa wasn't good.
Correa was actually a very good player on Lazio, and I hate saying that. You'll never hear again. No, I don't want to, because I said the team name already too many times today. Yeah. So
he wouldn't be good on any other team.
Anyways, Juve weakness, I would honestly say consistency. That is the only thing I see being a problem with them. I don't think that them. I saw your my peripherals, your face you made. I don't think as much as Al says offense.
You want me to go on football right now, and you can see all the green marks right now on the results.
I just think consistency in getting the result. Consistency in getting that result to whatever. I think that is. Well, dude, I'm sorry, you guys don't look sometimes very convincing. You
But
know,
then do we win?
like a championship
do we
winning
win?
team. Yes, ugly wins. I get it. I agree. Ugly wins are a part of the game. I 100% agree, but it's just a matter of consistency in players as well.
Yeah.
Your attack, there's a big lack of consistency with getting goals, this, that, whatever. It's like you said, you're getting goals from everywhere, which I think is actually a positive. I see that as a strength.
Maybe, Joe, we won
But-
a Scudetto with literally the whole team scoring.
But that's what I mean. Like, to me, I don't see that as the problem. I just see overall team consistency.
Yeah.
Like, you'll see, like, Rabiot, I think he's been very consistent this year. And I love that for him. Because I don't have whatever. But I think other players, like Locatelli, he was riding a high, and now he's just kind of...
He was injured now. He hasn't played in like 3 weeks, Joe. So relax. Okay? He's coming back from injury.
Okay, fine.
For Jolie, you want to bring up the betting scandal again? Poor guy, man. He's
No,
going
I
right now.
was gonna bring up Kostic. One day he plays like a fucking animal, running up, controlling that wing. Next game he could only swing it across to Vlahovic. Nobody else.
The guy still has, I think he's like second with most assists in
Okay.
Europe right now.
Here we go. I'm just saying. Did I correct you?
want?
That I mean? I just think your consistency, you're lacking it.
Okay, but you're naming players that are like
You're not-
consistent.
Not as to their standard, to the standard that they are held. Kostic is a
But Kostic was literally always and still is just a crossing merchant.
I'm not fucking talking. You know what? Go.
But what? Tell me in his career, what has Kostic done that was so crazy other than crossing?
No, Al. What I'm trying to say is I know, but what I mean
Maybe
is
someone else
his
at least.
ability in offense to actually find another person besides Vlahovic to actually
You know who's been
have.
consistent this year? The cocaine cowboy himself, Weston McKennie.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Animal.
And he gets shit on. But that's the
not
thing.
anymore. Not anymore. Right, now he's getting a lot of praise.
I live with a family of Juventino,
Joe,
and
yeah,
all I
like-
hear is that fat ranch eating loser.
Yeah, no. that's literally like you don't even talk to
A lot of Juve fans
No.
make fun of him.
No, never.
They will fucking stroke Tim Weah over West.
I love Weah, but West, man, OG, man.
I love
love
West because even if he isn't doing good with his passing,
I'm probably his only jersey sale.
you got a Weston McKennie jersey.
Yeah, you one. Like the
Super
first year,
weird flex.
dude,
really
right?
weird.
The
Flex,
the first year I went. I went to Evangelista. I was like, yeah, I want to get Chiesa my jersey. The guy's like, no, we don't have. Can I get Ronaldo? No, we don't have. Got Pjanic? No, we don't have.
It's kind of crazy that
What do you have? We got they had McKennie and Delict. And I was like, I already have a Delict jersey. Not really gonna get another one because don't know with him. Like, you know what? Let me get the North American boy.
And I
West.
get chirped for loving Cristante. But anyways, I just think Juve needs a little bit more consistency.
Cristante's best
Anyways.
attribute is he shows up. That's it.
No, in that time he assisted Bonucci's goal in the World Cup or Euro Cup final. Whatever.
Dude, he's just there. Like, dude, what the hell are you doing here? And he's like, what do you mean? He comes out of nowhere, man.
He spawns. Mourinho looks at him. He's like,
Jesus, what the hell did you get here?
Didn't we sell you? Yes. Oh, okay, cool. Anyways,
I'm not gonna Pellegrini because I just walks up behind him. The fuck?
no, dude,
I'm
Cristante's
gonna put a bell on you or something.
Cristante's needed because he diffuses situations. When Spinazzola got caught for vaping on a patio in a restaurant, Cristante was there assisting again, saying, "Hey, relax, talk to him." I actually have that video. That video still kills me every time I watch it because Spinazzola's still low key ripping his vape in the corner, and Cristante is just there talking to him. But anyways, okay, Juve. Apparently, I'm wrong, so I'm not going to talk about Juve anymore. Milan, I think their true colors are actually showing. They're not actually a good team.
No.
Respectfully, they were carried from individual performances. Pioli, his tactics are fucking stupid, and I think that's getting exposed finally. I think
Ibra being the secret coach.
You know what I mean? Like I feel like stuff like that. Like their team on paper is a good team, but why is it Tomori, who was so good, now getting exposed? Kalulu, breakthrough season. Oh my God, he could play right back, center back, everywhere. A ghost story.
No.
You know, like even Mike Magnan is making some Onana like errors. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of crazy, and like it goes to show how much their individual performances save them. Leao, you know, like Leao is that attack. If he's not having a good game,
Or if he's not playing.
you know, like I do think their strength is probably like I would argue their attack, but again, I would only say that because of Leao.
Yeah.
You shut him down.
Chukwueze.
Not Chukwueze, not Pulisic, who I won't talk about him because I don't want to offend
Yeah,
people.
everyone was all hyping him up at the beginning because he scored a goal in his
But
first game.
I like Pulisic. There's a reason why Chelsea didn't want him. There's a reason why a lot of top teams rejected the chance to sell him for how cheap he was.
Yeah, he does good against Salernitana or Monza. No offense to them, but what has he done against any big teams this
Exactly.
year? The ghost town.
Poor man's Cristante. Roma.
So you're comparing Cristante to the LeBron James of soccer.
Strengths and weaknesses of Roma. Where do I even start?
All right. So
no weaknesses. Our
Our
goalie sucks ass. Not sorry, Rui Patricio.
You don't have one
our
good
defense
defender.
sucks ass. No, you know what? I really actually appreciate Evan Ndika right now. He is the one that gets shit on. Well, okay, our whole defense gets shit on. But Mourinho singles out Ndika every single time. I'm going to disagree. He's our only composed one. He's the only one that wins all his duels. He's the only one that's actually physically present and isn't a butcher like Mancini. Oh, let's praise Diego Llorente. He stepped in a role that Smalling was doing. Okay, he's a defender. I would hope he knows how to defend. Like, what?
That's his job.
Yeah, like Rick Karsdorp. Positive. Love that guy.
Joe loves
I do
Karsdorp.
love Rick Karsdorp. I'd honestly say, though, like, our strengths are getting goals. Somehow last year we couldn't score a goal. This year now we could score goals. You know, like with Dybala, Lukaku, whatever. Weaknesses, it's build-up play. It's actually holding a clean sheet. It's overall movement. I feel like it's, again, like a Milan where it's individual performances.
Yeah.
You know, like I think we're just kind of riding the wave of Dybala and Lukaku actually connecting. And that's it. You know, like I love Cristante. I love Pellegrini, Bove, whatever. Paredes. I love them all. But after the first two games, Cristante went rogue. Love him to death. I get he's also being played everywhere on that field, but Mourinho's going to turn around and say depth. No, it's not depth.
It's not depth at all.
Like this is the first time I could look at you and say Roma has depth. You're just an asshat that is rejecting your depth. You know, like you rather play Rasmus Christensen over Zeki Celik, who I don't rate either of them, but Celik is at least steady.
No,
but I don't know. That's why I don't think Roma could push. There's going to be some sort of internal problem again. Mourinho's going to fight.
Change my thing to Fiorentina now.
Yeah, like I'm telling you, it's just it's like a script. It's already there. I don't know. Changing the subject because we kind of harped on that.
Oh, hold on, chill. I want to ask you actually about the Winter Champions.
It means jack shit.
No. But obviously, in the past years, Winter Champion didn't end up winning the league.
Mm-hmm.
You think going into this now? I mean, with the games remaining to the end of to New Year's, let's say. Do you think, let's say Inter stays there, that they'll end up winning the league?
No.
You think that they're gonna end up winning the winter as winter champions, and then
I think it depends on who the second place team is. That's what I like for the winter champion argument. Like, obviously, it's crazy you went this long without like dropping from first to second or whatever. But I think it depends on who the second place team is. If Juve wasn't in the picture and it was like Milan, Roma, Napoli, Fiorentina, Atalanta, whatever, I'd look at you and say whoever is the winter champion, they win it all. But Juve genuinely does have this like never say never attitude, fight till the end. I know that's I know what you're saying, whatever. So that's why like a winter champion really doesn't mean shit. It's a pat on the back. You know, look at Napoli. They finished the winter champion that year with who was it? Callejon. I don't even know their other two guys, but Insigne and Dries Mertens. They finished winter champions. I think Juve was down 8 to 10 points. Somehow Juve still came back. You know what I mean? And like this is a tighter race with Juve and Napoli, right? Juve and Inter. So for me, it's just a matter of time where I see like one of them slipping. You know, I don't necessarily think Inter's winning it because they're crowned winter champions. Juve, I don't necessarily see them winning it if they are the ones that are crowned winter champions. Yeah. You know, like this is way too close, and I think those are two teams that will just fight till the end. You know, so I just think it's going to be one of those tougher things. What are you doing, man? Don't touch my phone, you pervert.
Why?
Because what if I'm like doing crazy things? What about you though? What do you think about winter champion?
I think it means nothing. I remember how many times in the 9 years that I've seen going through that Juve won at the end of the year. That 1 year that we were all the way in pretty much relegation. Yeah.
Okay.
We were in relegation.
Yeah, you're in relegation.
We ended up winning the league that year. Out of those 9 years, I want to say 5 of them, Inter were winter champions, and they really thought that that's it. Pff, we got to get through a couple more games.
I'm not even gonna lie. I'm pretty sure during that era, Roma was once a winter champion.
Yeah,
I'm almost positive. I think it was under Rudy Garcia.
That was that 1 year when you guys came like fucking. I think like 3 points.
Gervais Yaukuasi.
I think that one there, that was probably honestly that I've seen one of the best like Roma teams that I've seen consistently and like gave you like a top team. I'm gonna say Juve just because even like in the last years like with Napoli, Milan, Inter, like the one like a team that ended up winning it, a run for their money, man. Like no, dude, that was a crazy year. I remember that year very, 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 very
El Ninja.
well. That was a fucking that was a very close year. But you look at all those years, man. I don't even think we ever were winter champions going into that. Like I think we always ended up we're the second place or third place team, and then all of a sudden we end up winning the league at the end of the year because it's literally just something to say like, oh hey yeah, we're champions now.
I'm a firm believer too. Like with Juve, it goes back to the whole argument of like why Italy, the national team, needs Juve players, and like it's. I hate to say this. I'll always admit to it though. Italy needs that. Like the league in general needs that because it's the mentality of these guys. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like the mentality of Roma players is, oh, the nightlife's sick. It's a beautiful place. Fans are fantastic to me. You know, I could do whatever I want. I could drink, smoke, live my life and whatever as long as I do well on the team. With Juve, it's like, no, you're going to eat, sleep, breathe this. Yeah. You know, like your mentality is, I will win at all costs. I will fight till the end. You know, like, and it's a different mentality. And like,
you don't give up until that final whistle. Now that's just like that is true. Like that's what you said. Like they have that engraved in their heads. They bring that mentality to the national team, and it shows. They give it to these players because and a lot of those players aren't used to it. Because like you said, with certain teams like Roma, for example, they're very loosey goosey. Like you can kind of do whatever you want as long as you do your job and like you come here, you do it well. If you do it well, you have even more freedom. Like Nangolan, he probably did whatever he wanted to do.
Nangolan literally admitted that the reason why he loved Roma so much was because the fans didn't give a fuck that he would smoke like a chimney, drink like a fish, because he still would perform.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. That like when you're on a team like that, you have a lot more freedom, and certain players love it. Like a guy like him, like he played, unreal, man, when he was on in his prime on his game. Like he was absolutely insane. No one would think that he's drinking and smoking and doing all this, but he was able to. Put him on a team like Juve, he wouldn't last because he's not that kind of guy that's going to be like Cassano once said, "Oh, I don't want to be a soldier when I go to Juventus." No, it's called discipline.
Cassano's the biggest,
and he's
loser.
The guy that needed discipline.
He's the biggest
he's the guy that not like. I don't want to say Roma ruined him because those were his best years, but Roma ruined him in the sense that because they gave him that too much freedom. Guys like that, like especially when you're young, you got to be on them. You got to be strict because then they start doing whatever they want, and then they feel like, oh fuck, dude, I can still play like this good, and I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
But then when you go on a serious team, like you go to Real Madrid, like he did, you realize you can't keep up, and you're like, holy fuck, like God, fuck this. I don't want to be like this. I don't want to train like this. I don't want to live my life like that. I want to have fun. I want to enjoy my life. I'm famous. I'm a superstar.
Yeah. No, it's true, dude. Like it's a matter of mentality, and that's why I'll always. That's why even for the last 2 years that Juve has been in their dark era or whatever you want to call it, I don't see Juve being in that because of the mentality. You know, like it's like Chelsea right now. Even though it's a brand new team of a bunch of kids, they're still demanding that they, compete for the league title. It's always that mentality that no, you're going to fucking win it all. Like you're going for it, you're pushing, and for that reason, like those players have the better mindset and mentality to actually push and win something, But that's enough of that because we did harp on that for a solid minute. Wow. Not going to lie.
It's a very interesting topic.
On the topic of winning something, again, going with the theme of, always building a team at the end of it all.
Oof. My favorite part of the episode.
This time, we're going to talk about a team that we're going to build a team. Sorry, not talk about a team. We're going to build a team of the top players of our generation. Maybe we could extend a question mark. No. Of our generation that has never won a World Cup.
Okay.
And we could only list the nation once. So if we choose Toldo as for Italy, we cannot say another Italian player like Nesta, Maldini, whatever,
Yeah.
Germany, same thing. Did Lau win the World Cup?
I get it. Yes, he did. Every nation you're using once. Okay. That's very simple.
Yeah. Okay.
But, okay. So we gotta build an all-star team to
You
win
would-
these guys a World Cup.
You would think that we kind of had some sort of thing prepped. And like I wrote some guys down. Al wrote some guys
I'm pretty
down.
confident. I got some guys in my head. I'm pretty confident.
Yeah, I'm confident too, but at the same time, it's like fuck. I feel like knowing like I'll forget somebody, But regardless,
you're
I
probably gonna
digress.
Forget somebody, but
I digress.
I don't think it's that hard.
Al, we'll start this. We'll do 4-3-3, 4-4-2. What do you want to? What are you feeling today?
4-3-3.
4-3-3. It's always our go-to. Always the
We're
simplest.
attacking today.
But Al, do you want to start? Or do you want me to start?
I'll start things off.
Okay. Alexander Armato is going to start us off.
To start things off here, I think I'm going to start off, obviously, with the goalie. We were talking about him earlier, so I feel like we got to say him. I'm going with Schmeichel in between the posts.
Okay. Good. I like that. Random nation.
It's a random
good
nation.
Player.
Definitely didn't win a World Cup.
Keep top
solid
9
goalie.
Yep.
And right there. And we're not losing a big nation, so we're still good. I helped you.
Yeah, but what if I want to say like Laudrup later on?
No,
I don't. I wouldn't want. Or Bentner. Anyways,
Bentner.
I'm gonna go with on right back.
Mhm.
I'm trying to think, did he win a World Cup? I don't think he did.
You can say if I know it, I'll it's correct.
I'm gonna go with Maicon. Nope.
Maicon won a World Cup.
I was gonna say
too.
Danny Alves.
Danny Alves.
Danny Alves did not win a World Cup.
That's a good show.
Poor thing. R.I.P.
Yeah, he was definitely not there.
Fuck, we're losing Brazil though. Do I really want? Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna stick it. Lock it in. Danny Alves.
Okay. All right. So we got Schmeichel, Danny Alves. So okay. Center back, I'm going with. I think he's been in every team so far, but he's gonna be in it because a poor guy never had the chance to lift the trophy. Yeah. Paolo Maldini.
Yeah, dude.
He's got to be in every team. I mean, one of the best center backs to play the game. We were lucky enough to watch some of his career.
Yeah.
And poor guy just was never able to win a World Cup.
It's just sad that he could be one of the greatest to never do it. But
it absolutely sucks for him because at least he's won trophies in his career. Like he's won Champions League, he's won the league title, but it just sucks that he never won with Italy.
Yeah, and he didn't really get a Euro either.
Yeah.
Poor thing. Okay, for me, this is tough because I'm gonna think of a random nation right now of a good player. I'm thinking Africa right now, but there's really no Africa.
Where are you going right now?
I'm telling you, when we were talking about this and we said we're gonna do this team, I instantly started thinking about African teams, random Scandinavian teams like Sweden, Denmark, whatever.
Yeah.
Because in my head I'm thinking, oh wait, every top 9 team I could think of, they have a legend that has won it. So
I mean, Joe, there's only been France, Germany, Spain, Italy that has won since we've seen, and Argentina.
Yes,
that we've
but we have to think about the certain eras, So I have to think Argentina, who was their center back when whatever, But regardless,
Mascherano.
Anyways, I was gonna say Mascherano. Fuck, but I'm not gonna say Mascherano anymore because I feel like that's cheating. You just
How's
gave me
cheating?
one.
Hey, we're building this team together.
Hey,
okay.
So I'm gonna go Dutch.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Jaap Stam.
Ooh.
I'm gonna say Jaap Stam because I know they never won a World Cup in general.
That's a good show.
I was gonna say Virgil van Dijk, but I'm knowing my luck next year he wins a fucking.
No, but he still has a winner. That wouldn't be a bad.
Yeah, but I don't want to say current players. I'm trying to think outside.
Oh yeah, but I'm saying you could say current players too, right? Because they haven't won a World Cup. As long as they haven't won a World Cup.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think of not current players because just in case they win it, somebody says, "Oh, these guys have zero ball knowledge." Whatever.
Yeah,
Anyways, continue.
Yeah. Okay, left back. Haven't used the nation yet. No, we haven't used it. And I know they definitely did not win a World Cup, so I'm gonna say Ashley Cole.
Ew.
But that's your legend, dude.
No, he's not.
Roma's
man.
best left
No,
back
he's
to
not.
ever
I
play
would
at
have.
Roma.
I would have probably kept England till the end though, and put on Wayne Rooney.
Nah, man.
Hello.
we
I actually do. I do like Wayne Rooney a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have Dutch, England, Brazil, Denmark, and England out of the way. I said England twice.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with Portugal.
In the center mid.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Portugal. I'm gonna go with the guy that's at the back of this jersey, Mr. Rui Costa, my favorite Portuguese player of all time. One of the greatest players, most underrated, unreal player.
Okay. Center mid.
It's tough.
It is.
Because I have a new center mid in my head now.
But center mid,
You just got to think of eras. That's what
center,
pisses me
you know
off
what?
right now.
Whatever. I'm gonna screw your rule because he's definitely fitting in the team, and he almost won a World Cup but didn't. I'm gonna say Luka Modric.
Okay, well, I think he also retired from international.
Okay, I don't
So,
know. Yeah, but
my
we
rule
never
still
know,
plays,
man.
baby.
Messi retired 4 times from international, and he went back.
Yeah, no, but he was stressed. He was stressed a couple of times.
So Croatia might call him back, and he might go. So
It's
you never-
different.
he might still play, but I'm gonna say Modric.
Okay.
As the center.
Okay. I'm going to go with. No, he won a World Cup. Fuck. He retired after the World Cup. I was going to say Philly Lam as that CDM, you know? So I'm like, oh, perfect. Get him in there.
No.
But he can't. But
won.
somebody who can get in there, German player, who I hated for a hot minute because he flipped the Totti over his spine. Pissed me the fuck off. Michael Ballack.
Good
Good
show.
center mid. Good center mid. Nice
show.
little box to box because we need one of those right now.
Okay.
So now our front three.
Okay. So
Oh, I
I've
fucked
already-
up.
why? You
I had somebody else in my
had a
head.
German up top.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm
okay.
gonna do the striker
I
first,
have somebody else.
and then we'll deal with the wingers. Striker. I'm going none other than Juve legend Carlitos Tevez.
Ooh, good shout.
Yeah.
Good shout. I didn't even think about that.
Carlitos.
See, I wanted to actually say Riquelme
no
as like a
Carlitos.
center mid
yeah. Thank God you
because like
didn't.
I
was
love
hoping.
him. I
was
know.
oh my God,
Like
really?
I was. That's
Hopefully he doesn't say like
that's
Verón or
why I was
something.
pissed off because I'm like, fuck. I wanted to say Riquelme, one of my favorite
No,
players
Tevez,
too.
Tevez.
But okay.
Tevez a striker. So we got a
Um,
left wing and right wing.
This is easy. This is the easiest part. Attack's always the easiest because there's many options I could go with.
Oh, we shouldn't have went with a 4-3-3.
Why?
Should have went with a 4-4-2. So 2 up top. We already know.
Who would you have put as your other striker?
Tevez and Ibra.
Oh, I was thinking you were gonna say Ibra.
Fuck.
Didn't even think about that. But
Well, 4-3-3 it is.
it kind of goes.
Ibra could do a shift in the wing.
It kind of goes against what I was gonna say Neymar originally, but then I remembered I said Dani Alves.
Yeah.
So Brazil's
Can't
off
do that.
limits.
Brazil's gone.
So it's more of a recent retiree.
Oh, okay, I know who you're gonna say.
retire, whatever.
I know who you're gonna say.
Who?
Huh?
Who? Gareth. Gareth Bale. Yeah. I thought you were gonna say Gareth Barry. You're right.
Gareth Southgate?
Yeah, or Gareth Barry.
No.
Crazy CDM, buddy. No, yeah, Gareth.
We're on wingers right now. Why would I say Gareth Barry?
Oh.
We're talking about attackers, not
Man, it's all a fake team anyway, so why not throw them in the
we're
attack?
going by
Because-
positions.
Whatever.
Or else
Trevor.
by that logic, I put Ibra on the wing too. No, I'm not doing that.
No, okay, yeah, I would go with
Don't give me
Gareth,
that look.
Gareth Bale on a right wing. You know, cutting it.
Okay.
Good setup. Wait, did we say France?
Yes, we did. No, we didn't say France.
Oh, it's easy for you then, buddy.
How?
Left wing. Friends. French.
I really want to know who the hell you're thinking of.
Franck Ribéry, baby. Never won a World Cup.
I thought you were thinking of Henri. I was like, man, are you like
No.
stupid? He won a World Cup.
No, I know he did.
I
I'm
completely
saying-
forgot about Ribéry.
saying
No,
Franck,
that's
baby.
boring. I don't want to do Franck. Now that you test, but no, because you told me now. I don't
Now
want
you're
to
gonna
do
go
it.
with like Carlos Valderrama. His hair won a World
What
Cup.
was that crazy left winger that played on South Korea when they beat Italy? That one time.
Nakamura.
No, you know what?
Or Nakata.
I'm going to bring this one back home. Hasn't won a World Cup, and I'm going to, stick with this. Probably going to be the same conversation when he retires because I don't see them ever winning a World Cup. I'm putting him back in his original position where he belongs, left wing, Fonzie Davies.
There's no way. You're going with a Canadian right now.
Joe, I'm bringing this home, man. I represent Canada, dude.
No way you're going with him out of all the people you could have chosen.
Dude, but him. Imagine a front three. Prime Davies, Prime Tevez, and Prime Bale.
I'm done. You lost the plot. You lost the plot.
Dude, basically Mbappe was a little bit less shooting. Tell me how I'm wrong, dude. He's fast as fuck, boy. He can dribble through anything. The guy's basically fucking Blade Runner.
No, dude, you can't. You can't change it. Get anyone. In
Joe,
I'm not. No, I won't allow that. I will not allow that. I'm being serious. Change it. I'd honestly rather you say like fucking Tim Cahill.
Sadio Mane?
Yeah, I'd rather that. Honestly.
That's so boring.
Alphonso Davies is normal?
That's completely normal.
Okay, you know what? Fine.
Hell?
If you want to stick with Alphonso Davies.
It's such a big problem. I'm going to change now anyways.
You could have said Nedved.
I don't want Nedved.
Damn, that's your goat, not mine.
Fuck, I didn't know. I forgot about Nedved.
Yeah.
Thought he won a World Cup.
Yeah, where?
That one time Czech Republic won
for Juve, you won a World Cup.
The Club World Cup. That counts for something.
No, it doesn't. You didn't even win that.
Well, that's why I got. No, he wasn't on the team yet. He's still in Lazio at that point. Fine, left wing. I'm going with Nedved because I can't go with Fons.
I'd actually rather Fonzie.
No, fuck you. Nedved's staying just because he's a Juve/Lazio legend.
Yeah, see, that's why I don't want. No, change him. Change him again.
No, Joe. You made me change once already.
We're ending it off with Franck Ribéry as our left winger.
No.
Vive la France, vive les bleus.
No, Joe.
Whatever,
Nedved.
Whatever. I don't.
How many Ballon d'Ors did Totti have? None. How many did Nedved have? One.
Thank you guys for watching Ultras 11.
Wait, Joe.
I've been Joe.
You're doing my job now. This guy wants to take my job, my food, my pet's head's falling off.
I gave you food today.
Jesus Christ. I didn't even eat. I'm probably going to go eat that now.
Didn't even eat, man.
I go eat it now, man. I can't eat before we record. You know my tummy gets upset. You have an upset tummy before we record.
Now you're mocking me because my tummy gets upset when I eat. So I don't eat all day for a podcast. But anyways.
Guys, before Joe goes into this witching hour and we have a laughing attack over here. Guys, thank you so much for listening. If you haven't yet, don't forget to follow us on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. Don't forget to check out our YouTube channel and subscribe there. And yeah, don't forget to check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you, hey, we're not biased. Wherever you get your podcast, we're available on all platforms. So go check us out.
I'm biased. I want you to follow us on Apple.
Joe only uses Apple, so he's one dimension. But we're on everything: Google, Apple, whatever you want. We got it. So thank you guys for listening. We'll see you next week. Ciao, ciao.
Later.